Twitter, and I saw that people were researching food and the Cuban culture and Miami, so that's how I got started. I used to go and take folks to Little Havana and explain, the food, like what maduros were and what everything else. To people that were visiting Miami and they had no idea about Cuban foods. That's how I started. So now we grew to daily tours in South Beach, the South Beach Food and Art Deco tour, then of course a Little Havana Food and Cultural tour. Then we expanded to Wynwood, the Wynwood Food and Art Tour, and now our newest one is the Design District and Public Art Installation Tour. Each neighborhood, they're very different. Wynwood, you have the largest open museum in the world, okay? Where art is no longer for the elite. Now everybody can see these masterpieces, they're outdoor. So, it makes Wynwood an amazing neighborhood to visit if you're into art and food. Little Havana, if you want to go down to really understand the Cuban culture, that's a great tour. The neighborhood is very different. You have more of a mom and pop type of places as opposed to everywhere else. Then South Beach, which we love, South Beach with that beautiful Art Deco, very different, right? I mean, we're talking about 1930s, 1950s, 1980s Art Deco, how everything got started. And then Design District, finally, this neighborhood came together where you have not only fashion, but amazing cuisine and very unique public art installations that we're lucky to be walking in the Design District and to be able to have the caliber of public art that the folks here, Dacra and Craig Robbins, and who started basically everything in the Design District, is basically gifting to everybody who will walk by to be exposed to this magnificent architecture and magnificent art.
I see it as, believe it or not, there's so much here in such a small space. But what I find fascinating is how it's continuing to grow. So I see high-end fashion, but high-end design. The food is insane. I think every couple of months I hear somebody else is coming here. But all to have this all open to the public in a way is fascinating. I don't think there's any place like this in the world. So I'm really just so glad that I'm part of it and I can sort of bring people to be as excited as I am to be here.
It's amazing how it changed during the years. At the beginning, I will say 80% were visitors to the area. Now we have a huge following. I mean, we've been running the company almost 10 years. So I will say that a very large part of our followers are folks from, that they're locals. They either came first, and then every time family comes around, they try the next tour and the next tour. Like, for example, in Wynwood, 80% of folks that go to that tour, they're locals, and I expect seeing the same numbers here in the Design District. At the Design District Food Tour, we wanted to give folks, like we always do, the best places to visit. And we consider St. Roch Market a place where if you're coming to the Design District, you need to know the talent that you have inside that market. I mean, these chefs are folks that, are driving a big force of what creative cuisine is in Miami. The guide, will cover the culture behind the food. At all of these places, the guide will cover where is this coming from? Where is the chef from? Is this ingredient from what part of the world is this ingredient from? Then we go to Ibaka Wines. By the way, let's pause here. There's not many wine shops in Miami. And for certain, there's not a wine shop that knows wine the way that these folks do. We tried a beautiful rosé. I mean, they're all sommeliers, so folks at the tour can ask questions, how to preserve your wine or anything. You're talking to a professional, and we thought that was very important to have that in this tour. From restaurant to restaurant, we cover the public art installations that you find. There's one love we have at Miami Culinary Tours is for Gloria Estefan. It's what represents beautiful Cuban cuisine, traditional, but the way that they do Cuban food is just out of this world, okay? I mean, nobody's doing mashed yuca, and they come up with these beautiful reinventions of the classic Cuban dishes for a more elevated palate. After that, we go to La Pochita. It's a food truck. You won't expect to be walking, through Dior and Prada and then see a food truck. But when you try that food, then you're like, okay, I see why these folks are very successful in the design district. We're talking about folks that work at Michelin star rated restaurants in New York, okay? We go to MATLAB, which is an ice cream shop. We go and cleanse the palate there with one of their amazing creations. And then we finish at Albi and Ramsa with this, very different concept with ice cream and alcohol. They do and we serve at the tour the key lime pie martini. I mean, you're in South Florida. You have to have key lime pie. I will say this is and will, continue being one of the top neighborhoods you must visit when you come to Miami. I've seen the design district when there was nothing. I mean, yes, there was maybe one restaurant and there were not really many shops and nobody will walk around. It wasn't ready yet. Who can afford a $5,000 purse, right? But when you bring the restaurants, when you bring the food, the caliber of art that everybody can enjoy, then you will have the traffic. And I think that's what happened to the design district. But the traffic in terms of being able to enjoy an afternoon in the design district is not what it is right now. Now you can go to MATLAB, bring your kids, have beautiful ice cream. That wasn't there before. So based on how I saw the design district grow is when you put food and you put great talent, and that's when you get the traffic, and that's when you see, the design district being a place where families don't have to go and spend $3,000 on a Gucci purse. They're not coming here for that. They're coming here to enjoy the art and enjoy the food. Now you have all these chefs coming into play that are bringing their background, displaying it like, great example, Chef Fernando from Itamame, Peruvian, parents from China, comes to Miami and uses the ingredients that we have here to make and cooks, a sushi roll with ingredients that I doubt that any other chef in the States is doing sushi rolls with coconut and guava. That is what I categorize Miami. Not so much any more traditional Latin, but creations with the products that we have here. So you can find us always online. It's www.miamicularytours.com. We are on Instagram, of course, at Miami_Culinary_tours. And of course, we're on Facebook and everywhere else. Rain or shine, every day. The only days that we close is Christmas and Thanksgiving.